The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network and its website are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcasts, the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The shows found on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network can, but do not necessarily, promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition or give any medical or legal advice.
You're listening to my friend Gary Anderson on Night Dreams Talk Radio, the best in paranormal radio.
Well, tonight, I should say good evening or morning, depending on your time zone. This is Gary at Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark. Hey, you might want to get yourself a nice cup of Java, maybe some hot chocolate, and maybe even some popcorn. Find a nice, easy chair to curl up because we're going to be talking about a little bit about UFOs, and then we're going to shift into conspiracies here with our guest, Dina Rae, right after this.
Please check out the Night Dreams Talk Radio website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. Also, if you want to keep our show free of advertising, just hit the donate button. Give a buck or two. Remember, all prior shows are always free to listen to. We at Night Dreams Talk Radio thank you for your support.
Well, how you doing tonight, kid?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, you just said you came out with a new book. Why don't you tell everybody the new book that you just got out last week?
Yes, I did. It's called Crowns and Cabals, An Apocalyptic Tale of New World Order. It's available in ebook and paperback on Amazon, and it is a futuristic dystopian tale about New World Order. I did a lot of research on the UN, a lot of religious research, and of course used a realistic scenario as how this world could be headed in that direction.
Oh, wow. Now, before we get into your new book and what is going on with the New World Order and what do you think might be going on, what is going on with UFOs? I know lately, for the last couple months, so many people thought there was going to be disclosure coming any day now from the government. What's your feeling?
Well, we just had that black hole picture that they've been showing on the news. I mean, that's amazing. I don't know if you've seen that picture. It's all over the internet. And I'm just kind of wondering if all of this is related, the more information that we're finding, if all of this is coming to a head and we will eventually get to meet life from other planets.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder, can UFOs travel through a black hole or not? And I'm just starting to wonder, maybe that's one of the major portals where they can come from other universes into ours.
That makes sense. That's how they, otherwise it wouldn't make sense. It'd take hundreds and hundreds of years to get from one planet to another, and life as we know it doesn't live that long. So, like Einstein proposed, if you could go find a black hole or a wormhole or some other method of transport, that could be how it's done.
So interesting, but you know what? I still wouldn't want to be one of the first persons to try going through a black hole.
No.
I don't know. The way it just, sucks up planets, and just, it is scary. But you know what? Here recently, I should say, they actually saw something come out of a black hole, which before they figured, planets or objects would go into a black hole and that would be the end of it. But they, back, I think maybe 3-4 months ago, they actually saw an object coming out of a black hole.
I wonder if the object or the person or whatever it is breaks down into molecules to go faster, and then like a magnet reconnects itself.
I don't know. I really don't know. It is interesting, and also it's really scary that we got a black hole out there not that far from Earth.
Yeah.
No, it just gives more.
It could be a dumping ground for them, or Earth would be an easy stop.
Yeah. Hey, this one more thing to make people worry about, huh?
Well, I personally think that they're coming here anyway, with or without the black hole. But at least we're looking for a potential pathway.
Yeah, it's just, I've had so many guests on in the last month and a half, like Calvin Parker and a whole bunch of, good people that have been abducted at one point in their life. And, I'm hearing the same thing. For months and months, I've had guests on say, oh, aliens are here to serve man. They're warm, they're fuzzy, they're, trying to keep the world, intact. But, some of these major people that have been abducted, like Calvin Parker, I asked him a question. Did you feel like they were here to serve man? And did you feel threatened? And he said he did.
Did feel threatened?
They felt threatened. Not the aliens, but the abductees. And they felt that the aliens weren't here on a mission to help mankind.
I think so. I think there's different races of aliens who have different agendas.
Yeah. We got just like anything, we're maybe nothing more than a farm. And, they're coming down because we're, so young and they're checking us out. That's why they're, abducting people, taking their DNA, doing whatever they're doing. But, what scares me is the amount of people, that go missing, Dina. It's a lot of people every year, and there's no trace of them. And I'm just wondering if these are the people that are being abducted and not returned.
Right. A lot of people seem to think that they can shapeshift, and they're living here right now, and they're running things. They're the man behind the proverbial curtain.
They could be. Who knows what happened with Eisenhower and what he gave up if he actually did meet with an alien race and made some type of agreement. Yeah.
And time travel, they've already, like Nicolas Cage is one of the biggest weirdos of all time. And there was that one photo of him right around the Civil War. He was in a photo, an American photo. Well, he was born in, the 1960s. How did he get an 1860 photo? So a lot of people think that he's part of it with the time travel and everything.
I don't know. That's interesting, too. Or, again, let's face it. Regardless how many people are born each year and die each year, if you go back enough years, I hate to say it, you might even find a double for you or me with all the people that have lived in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I think there's something to time travel, going to different galaxies, visiting different races of species of people. I think it's all related.
Oh, I do. I think the government knows so much more that they're just not telling us. And, again, there's been so much talk on the streets, and I've been hearing it so much almost every day that, the government's going to come out. They're going to come out. They're going to come out. But, they just give us a little bit of here, a little bit there. But nothing on disclosures really that UFOs, really do exist. I think it's about time, Dina, that they should come out and honestly prepare the people, because if they don't prepare the population, I think, all blankety blank will break loose if we ever get visited or maybe an UFO lands somewhere. And knowing our military, our government, the first thing we're going to do is show force back if that happens. And that would be the biggest mistake I think ever could happen.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're smart enough to get here. They're smart enough to wipe us out.
I think so, like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where, hey, the Earth was in the way, they push a button, Earth is gone. I mean, if they can get here from wherever they're coming from, they have far superior technology than anything we ever could have on this planet at this time and age.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, again, Hitler, I think, was onto something with that Die Glock before he had to make a run for it to South America. And we had that Philadelphia experiment. We've got all kinds of things going on, that Montauk Island. We are in the know about quite a bit. And like you said, it'd be nice if Trump or whoever else gets elected would let us in on it.
I don't know. It seems like, I hate to say it, last time I mentioned anything about Trump, I got a lot of hate mail. But I will say that I think Trump is really good at manipulating the news and trying to keep, news away from him. So I'm hoping that the Space Force that they're, created, that the which they don't have funding yet, with a branch of the Air Force, I'm just wondering if it was actually a ploy to, just to appease a certain amount of people out there, who, want disclosure, or, if it's something is going on that we all should know about.
Do you watch Project Blue Book?
I watched part of it. I can't really watch it because it's, how can I say it? I don't like something that's, dramatized.
It's based on true story.
It is, but they manipulate. They manipulate it a little bit to make it, more interesting, and that's why I can't get into it. I tried.
Yeah, I like it. I'm like you. It is Hollywood making more of, I'm sure, than what really happened. But there's quite a few kernels of truth in those episodes that have been reported throughout the decades. And I believe that there are men in black who are in charge of investigating